Hello there, fellow stranger. Would you like to hear the story of how I platinumed Devil May Cry 4? No?
Well, too bad.
I think most people know what Devil May Cry is, but if you don't, it's a series of games created by Capcom where the main point of it is to look as stylish as possible during combat. This series is also known for its very difficult to achieve Platinum Trophy, and as someone who got through Devil May Cry 5 Platinum Trophy and gave up, I'm making up for it by going for Devil May Cry 4 Platinum Trophy instead, which consists of 46 trophies. I will also be going through the game's story mode. Okay, so if you're comfortable, let us get ready and begin our journey on
Devil May Cry.
We begin the game as our protagonist Nero, as he's trying to make it to his girlfriend Recital. But we don't care about the exact moment-to-moment scenes, so we're just going to skip over all this until something interesting happens. I'll shoot, what's this? Okay, for those who don't know, this is Dante from the previous Devil May Cry game. It serves as our tutorial boss. And honestly, there's not much to say about him, he's just a tutorial to learn the basics of the game. During it, we get to use the Devil Breaker, which allows us to grab enemies and do a cool looking cinematic. Moving on from that, we beat him and leave mission 1 with the A rank. So mention after every mission, you get graded on 3 different criteria. Those being time, stylus points, which are basically points you get when doing attacks, and finally, red orbs found. You get bonuses depending on if you use no items or took no damage, which also add up to the overall ranking, those going from D to C to B to A, and then finally to S. There's also a trophy for beating every mission on every difficulty with the S rank, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Also, after every mission, we get a currency called Proud Souls, which allows us to purchase new moves. This mission starts us off with having to head to a castle in order to track down Dante. But first we have to fight off some demons first, though luckily Nero has his almighty devil genes, so we can do this no problem. I will make a point to mention I'm playing on the special edition, which gives you a heck ton of Proud Souls early on, so I basically bought all the currently available moves. I will say though, compared to the beginning of 5, 4 is already beating it when it comes to better environments. Anyway, making our way through the area, we get locked in the combat arena, which basically means we have to beat all the enemies in order to proceed. Exploring the castle, we come across a secret mission, which are like mini challenges, and there's a trophy for completing them all, so we should try to keep this in mind. During it, we get the smoking trophy for getting an S rank in the combo. You'll probably mention every time you enter combat and do attacks, your style meter goes up depending on what you do. So it's best to be as flashy and varied as possible with the combos so your style meter doesn't drop. Anyway, we failed the mission, gotta restart. We beat it and we get a blue orb crystal. If you get 4 of these, they increase your health. After going through the area and fighting more demons, we unlock the smoke and style trophies for getting a double S rank in the combo. Moving on from that, we reach a town where a whole fiery centaur spawns in, so we gotta beat him. Honestly, I'll say I did enjoy this fight. It's pretty cool, and I liked how when his fire goes out, you can grab him and chuck him into the wall. Well, then we beat him and he gets upset and then just leaves. And we face this mission with an A rank. This mission starts us off with having to go through a mine shaft in order to reach the castle. We beat up some enemies in the mines and then make our way towards the castle, but not before being stopped by... Anyway, we beat up the ice demons and finally can make our way towards the castle. Oh, come on! Anyway, this is an unimportant character, so we're just going to move on. So we enter the castle and can finally explore. We start off by trying to break open this coffin thing, but we can't do it without certain items, so we continue on. Then we encounter some more enemies and some objects we can't use without something called the Amina Mercury. Exploring more, we find a room with a fireball that again says we need the item, but we're cool like that, so we try deflecting and jumping over it. Works the first time, but then we die. Since that failed, we're going to a different room. Oh great, more enemies. We make our way through it, then encounter a parkour section. We fail it, and then we have to refight enemies. But during that, we unlock the Rookie Devil Hunter trophy. We clear the parkour, and then we're in a hallway where we can't cross to the other side. Exploring more finds us again fighting more ice demons. We beat them, and then we get to another room and have to fight more demons afterwards. Afterwards, we enter a room where a night dude tries to smite us, but we can't allow that, so we gotta beat him. I will say, after having to deal with the annoying ice demons and regular normal enemies, holy heck is it nice to finally have some small variety. I like how we have to either dodge the attacks and then counterattack, or try to attack it from behind. Anyway, we beat them, and then finally we gain the Amina Mercury, which will allow us to get into that one area. We then clear the mission with the A rank. Mission 4, we're starting off going through the fireball section with the gyro spring thing, which leads us to Secret Mission 2, which requires us to do 5 buster arms without touching the ground. We fail it, then retry it and succeed. We are finally then able to open the sealed door, and it leads us to the boss, which are some weird ice demon things and an anglerfish. During the fight, we get spooked by said looking fish that will periodically appear during the fight, and barf out ice swords which do a shit ton of damage. We will also rain down ice swords and dodge some of your attacks by jumping. And this guy was my first ever death to a boss in this game, so we restart and beat him second try. Yura then chugs him across the arena, and it seals the port that he came out of, and we leave this mission off with a C rank. Fuck these enemies, just fuck them. And fuck Secret Mission 3, we'll come back to this. Anyway, we fight off some knights and shockingly find Secret Mission 10, which requires us to destroy these blue looking statues. We failed the first time due to me not noticing the timer. And slight tangent, screw having to use the buster arm in order to control these gyro spinning things. We complete the mission and continue on forward. We make it back to another area from Mission 3. Side note, holy heck do I like the interconnectivity of these levels. Makes us feel like we're actually exploring connected areas and not just separated ones. Afterwards, we get an item that pretty much allows us to high jump on specific platforms. And then we crash through a Pope painting. Also, some of the Pope that Dante shoots back in Mission 1 is still alive. So that's something. Nevertheless, we end Mission 5 with a C. Man, fuck this mission, and fuck the boss that comes with it. The way this boss works is you have to throw these sword things at him to do damage, while also having to avoid the other swords that will also come flying at you occasionally, and also while having to avoid being shocked by the ground. Anyway, we beat the boss, Neo gets stabbed, and decides to lock in and say a very interesting line.
Squidward, I'd like you to meet my cousin Stanley. We're related.
There's 2 of them?
Afterwards, we unlock the devil trigger and then make our way through the area and find the possible worst secret mission in this game. Fuck this mission. I had to look up a guide for this. Moving on from that, I definitely didn't run all the way back to the port, thinking that's where I needed to go. We meet Dante again and then he kills himself, and we close his mission with a B rank. We start this mission off wandering around a garden forest until we enter a room that I think has possibly the worst enemies so far in this game. The way they work is, after a bit, they spawn some spike things at you that will just mess up your combo. Afterwards, we walk over some platforms that will slowly disappear behind us, which definitely won't be the last time we need to do this. On our way through, we encounter those same type of platforms, but this time with these terrible ghost enemies. During the fight, I fall off the platform and get sent to a combat area where I have to beat all the enemies in order to get back up. And again, it's these awful ghost enemies. We beat them, but not before they pretty much drain me of all my health during the fight. Second time's the charm, here we go. And I make the same mistake again twice. Same thing as before, just different enemies. Okay, we finally make it across the area, and we find Secret Mission 5, which involves us needing to use jump pads in order to reach the top. Honestly, this mission made me hate the fixed camera perspective this game sometimes has, because it made me miss timed jumps. Either way, we complete it and move move on. Honestly, now I'm getting bored mentioning these combat arenas, so from now on, if the area isn't that difficult, I ain't gonna show it. Nero gets chased by a big snake plant looking thing. That's definitely not the upcoming boss. Anywho, we buy some skills off stream and find the snake who's actually a woman. She attacks us, so we gotta defeat her. This fight, in my opinion, solidifies how Nero's gun is just a P-shield with how unhelpful it is. The way the boss works is she will periodically fly around the arena, so one would assume you have to shoot at her. But Nero's gun is so ineffective at dealing damage that there's hardly a point to it. I should also mention from this mission onwards, this is going to be playing turbo mode. And since she's my first boss with it, it's kind of hard to react effectively. One of the boss's moves is when she plants herself into the ground. I was just mainly shooting at this area because I didn't really know what to do, until I found out that grabbing the pink area does the most amount of damage, but then I died to a normal attack. Second time's the charm, and the gun is still showing me why it's useless, and then we die. Third time's the charm, and off screen I find out the actual good thing that makes this gun good. You hold the square button, in my case it's the triangle button because I remapped it. You can charge the gun into I think 2 levels. The first is the pea shooter, the second is the one where you fire it, and aside from it doing the most damage, it doesn't explode afterwards, and it does an insane amount of damage. So I pretty much just spammed that until she died. And during it, I got the smoking sexy style for getting a triple S rank. We beat her, then leave with a B rank. There's not much to say about this mission. Anyway, on to the boss. So Kyrie's brother appears, calls us a demon, and then tries to kill us. So boss fight starts. And honestly, the boss fight's pretty good. I liked how you couldn't charge in, smacking him. You either had to break his shield, wait for him to be done with his attack animation, or get behind him and attack his back. So the boss offers different ways of approachment. The boss was pretty challenging. I died like twice, but I wasn't really all that upset because I enjoyed the fight. He's similar to the knight enemies from before, and I like that. We beat him, but Kyrie seems we were going to kill her brother, and the guy with the stuttering appears, gaslights her, and then takes her away. But the both of them don't like that, so we form a temporary truce, and then we gain the Aegis sword, which allows us to hold enemies. But we sadly close this mission with a D rank, but we get the trophy Skill Collector Nero. I did go back and complete Secret Mission 3. We get sneak bombed by some enemies, but then some knights descend upon us, so we gotta kill them. We beat them and then proceed on forwards. We encounter some more knights, beat them, and then encounter an item that allows us to slow down time. Moving on from that, we find Kyrie being held hostage by the stuttering dude. So just like before, we beat him, but he escapes and takes Kyrie. Mission closes with a C rank. I hope you like lasers, because that's all this mission is. Moving on, we find Secret Mission 6 and... Anyway, so as we ascend upwards, I miss a blue orb, but don't worry, I went back to find that. During our way, we find Secret Mission 7, and fuck this mission. I wanna know who at Capcom thought waiting for platforms and needing to deal with probably the most annoying enemy in the game was a good idea. Nevertheless, we press on. We find Dante and he asks us to give us his sword back, but we're not having that, so we fight. And also, this boss fight is the exact same as this tutorial one. The only difference is that he's slightly more aggressive. Moving on, we beat him, and...
That regal look suits you.
I dress to impress.
Does this mean Trish did blackface? We start off by beating up this chained up guy to get his blue orb, and then we make our way through the rest of the level and then reach the boss. All I can really say about this boss is... This boss is fucking annoying. All he does is fly around, shoot lasers, and pull up that stupid shield. And don't even get me started near the end where he will retreat into the savior and charge up his punch. Anyway, TLDR, this fight is... stuttering guy, I should really learn his name, opens a portal to hell, but then demons start appearing. Pope guy comes in, kills some demons, and then spouts about savior, and then we play as Dante. Is this a safe space to say I don't like playing Dante in this game? In my opinion, he has too much stuff to manage, whether it be style switching or weapon switching. DMC 5 Dante feels slightly better to play, but moving on from that, later on we find another guy we need to beat up. We get the blue orb from him and then leave the castle. A cutscene plays which I honestly have nothing to comment on, so we're just going to skip over that, and we end mission 12 with a D rank. I don't have much to say about this mission. We get the blue orb and then head for the boss, which is just a repeat of Nero's boss, so we're just going to... We get a new weapon and end with a D rank. About majority of this mission is just a repeat of Nero's, so I'm skipping over to Secret Mission 8. Kill the art fucking sucks, we're moving on to Mission 15. At least this area is somewhat different. It has poisonous gas, and that's pretty much it. We beat up this guy for his blue orb and then move outside the castle. We encounter a new enemy, which is a bunch of fire dogs. They're pretty easy to beat. And after beating them, we unlock the trophy skill Devil Hunter for beating 100 enemies. And then we find the first boss from the first mission, so we're just going to... After beating him, we unlock a new weapon and leave this mission with a D rank. Okay, after fighting our way through a heck ton of enemies, we get to the second to last blue orb, and then we get to the final secret mission, Secret Mission 12. As the final one, it's fine. Thank you to this person for this trick to complete it. Anyway, we completed and get the trophy for... Okay, so after completing this mission, it turns out I had missed one. So I went back to go do Secret Mission 11, but I guess I forgot to record that. Anyway, the trophy for completing them all didn't unlock. So after a Google search, turns out I had to replay the mission again that I did the last Secret Mission on, because I quit after I completed it. So after redoing Mission 16 and ending with a C rank, we get the Nothing Left Unsaid trophy for completing all secret missions. Okay, so back to the current mission. Making our way on, we face off against the boss and...
That is what you think. And that is why I wait in your power.
You will fumble the proposition of my quest. Though I encourage for an opportunity to battle a being of such grand delusion as you is a sweet fortune.
This is the best cutscene in the game. This boss fight is just alright, nothing much to say. We end this mission with a D rank and onto our final stretch of the game. When Dante gains Yamato and does this.
I know this thing's a major cultural artifact, but it's bad for the community.
This boss fight fucking sucks. I hope you like running around between platforms and having to deal with a bunch of enemies, as well as this dude swinging his fist at you and shooting laser balls at you. I generally didn't know what to do for a portion of this before noticing I had to destroy all the crystals on his body. TLDR, this boss fight is shit. Moving on, we beat him with a C rank. This entire mission is a glorified boss rush, so we're just going to... Fuck this difficulty, not because it's hard, but because of the stupid red orb found completion. This is basically required to S-rank a good chunk of these missions. And fuck mission 14, the amount of time and frustration it took me cannot be said. Moving on, we beat it and get the trophy for beating it on human difficulty. Alright, now on to Devil Hunter. Honestly, not much to say about this. This was far more easier to get S ranks on, due to basically me knowing the layout of these stages. But fuck the second to last boss, it's always a pain to S rank. Anyway, on the Son of Sparta. Fuck this difficulty. The majority of these missions aren't hard, except for when they are. Also, mission 6, fuck this one in particular due to these fucking spinning swords. The only major differences in this mode are enemy placements, like the lightning enemy who shows up earlier than supposed to, or the fire dog things who show up in mission 3. Dante is an ass to fight in this. He fights as if he's the one in control, and I kept freaking dying to him. This was another pain in the ass to S rank. I also discovered you could use items and don't get a penalty like you do for using gold orbs, but you also lose the no items bonus, so there's not an important shrine to go without it. Man, the savior. I'm also running out of space in my SD card, so that's why there's hardly any much footage. We beat Son of Sparta and unlocked 3 trophies. One for beating it, one for beating a mode with Virgil, and another for getting all S ranks on all missions. Also went back to the final boss to beat him with a triple S rank, because that's a trophy. Also while doing it, I got the trophy for beating 10 enemies in 1 second. Pretty much this consists of me just going back to all the bosses and beating them with a triple S combo. I also bought all of Dante's skills when I bought that trophy. Also while replaying a mission, I got the trophy for defeating 10,000 enemies. Anyway, on to Dante Must Die. Kinda surprising how easy this was, except for mission 13. Fuck this mission. I ain't got much else to say due to my lack of footage, but we got the trophies for beating it and clearing all the missions with the S rank. Anyway, on to Legendary Dark Knight. This mode just adds a shit ton of enemies on screen, so it's pretty easy to rank up style points. The bosses sadly remain unchanged, but this mode is honestly pretty fun. It's fun to just mow down enemies, and that's really it. It was easy to S rank all these though. Anyway, we grabbed the trophies for this mode, and now move on to Heaven or Hell. Oh wow, a unique game mode. This mode is basically everything is a one hit, and that's it. So you're on autopilot for the whole thing. And also, thankfully, I don't have to go for an S rank for this mode and the next, so it was a pretty easy trophy. Same thing as the previous mode, except for the fact that enemies don't die in one hit. Surprisingly, this mode was pretty easy, thankfully, because I didn't have to S rank these missions, so I just used Super Costume Virgil. Anyway, we have all difficulty and mission trophies done, so all we have left to do is...
Oh, your wife is dead?
Okay, so for those unfamiliar, Bloody Palace is a mode where you have to fight 101 enemies, including occasionally bosses, while on a timer. And if you die, or that timer ever runs out before you finish, you have to start from the beginning. I'll be going through each character because each of them have a trophy for beating Bloody Palace with them. So, here we go.
My power shall be houseless. Shall die. Shall die. My power shall be houseless.
Did I forget to mention you can use super costumes in this? Yeah, so with Virgil, this is a cakewalk, because all I can just do is Judgment Cut, and then it's basically over before it even begins. Anyway, we get the trophy for beating it with Virgil, beating it in under 2 hours, beating it on turbo mode, and clearing all game mode. All I did was spam this fully charged gun. Should also mention there's a trophy for beating Bloody Palace with the S rank, but the catch is you can't use super costumes. Anyway, we get the trophy for beating Bloody Palace with Nero.
Bloody Palace from playing as Triss. That's all I'll say.
What do you want me to say to this? All I did was spam this move. All I did was spam with fully charged pistols and shotguns. But finally, we have the trophy for beating Bloody Palace with Lady, beating Bloody Palace with all characters, and finally, the Platinum Trophy, Devils Never Cry. Oh god, it's so glorious. Well now, stranger, I hope you enjoyed my Devil May Cry 4 Platinum story. To be honest, even after all this game put me through on and off cam, I can't help but say, hate this game and its bullshit enemy design. Moving on from that, maybe next time we meet on the chance encounter, I'll have another platinum story to share. One so good that maybe even 1, 2, 3, heck maybe even 5 devils may cry.